What's going on, everyone? Data Report here for datareport.info with today's pandemic update. We do have two COVID positives to report on today. First off, Zach Shellcross. If anyone who watches The Bachelor, I don't. I know people who do, but I don't. Anywho, he is, I guess, The Bachelor himself. He tested positive for COVID. And the episode was on yesterday, February 20th. No exact date of when that was actually filmed. I don't know how far advanced they filmed that show, but he tested positive for COVID. He's 26 years old, and it sounds to me like before testing positive, he did have contact with some of the other people on the show. So, we're going to have to keep an eye on this one and check back. I don't know when the show airs again, but check back to see if this becomes a more full-blown outbreak. Right now, they're going to do the show virtually. We also have some news on Jonathan Towles. Now, he did not test positive for COVID. He did have COVID at some point during this pandemic. I don't know precisely when. Maybe he was one of the first people back in 2020. But it's been announced that he is now dealing with long COVID. He's a Chicago Blackhawks player, and he's stepping away from playing hockey as he is battling long COVID and also chronic immune response syndrome. Both of these are something that he got from COVID. Last year he was out the entire season. This year he played a little bit, and now he's stepping away. He is 34 years old. Taking a look at the latest data from the CDC Transmission Map, the old map shows 1,878 counties are in high transmission. 713 are in substantial transmission. Moderate makes up 463 counties. Low makes up 168 counties. And the top variants are still the XBB.1.5 at 80.2%. That is well into dominant range. BQ.1.1 is at 12.1%. BQ.1 is at 3.7%. XBB is at 1.5%, and CH1.1 is at 1.2%. Taking a look at the Walgreen Map, you'll see here we have 32.7% positivity across the country. That's a difference of 0.5%. That is down from last week's 33.2%. However, we continue to have a tiny glimmer of good news. 22,102 people tested this week. 24,597 last week. And here's what's good about that. We are now down to just a difference of 2,495. So we are seeing the number of people getting tested increasing. Remember, yesterday it was about 21,000 something. Today it's up to 22,000. So hopefully we can get this week's testing higher than the previous week. All right, let's take a look at a few states here. First off, Maine, 30.9%. That is down 10.1% from last week's 41%. Vermont is now at 26.7%. Prior week was 23.1%. That's up by 3.6%. New York is 42.1%. Previous week was 40%. That's up by 2.1%. And there's another New England state that's up. That would be Massachusetts. Massachusetts is now at 37.9%. Prior week was 35.3%. That is up by 2.6%. Pennsylvania, my state, 30.5% this week, 32.6% last week. Difference of down 2.1%, and testing is about almost equal to last week, just down by 5. So testing in Pennsylvania is slowly starting to go up as well. Let's go to the Great Lakes. How about Michigan? We haven't done Michigan in a while. 33.6% this week, 32% last week. That's a difference of up 1.6%. Oklahoma, we've been watching this one. They've been really rising. 31% this week, 21.6% last week, a difference of 9.3%. Arkansas, 33.3% this week, 14% last week. That's a difference of 19.3% up. That's a big increase, and we are continuing. I really actually want to find out what's going on there. Why are they just rising so quickly? I mean, the testing, it's not a large amount of testing, and their testing is actually down a little bit. But, yeah, that's concerning. So we'll end the Walgreen report on that. New York State today had 1,298 cases added. Test positivity is 4.2% today. The 7-day average is 4.3%. And New York State hospitalizations, we don't have an update for this week, but they did finally add the end of last week, and that showed that they dropped a little more. 2,062 people in the hospital, with 236 people in the ICU. And as for the ICUs, let's zoom this in a little further. I believe that was a slight increase for the ICUs. Yes, ICUs did increase ever so slightly in New York State. All right, taking a look at deaths. So far this week, there have been 61 deaths added yesterday, which is actually, I'm surprised there were any deaths reported at all yesterday, given it was a holiday, but hey, 61 deaths were added this week. And taking a look here at the international picture, we do have some interesting things going on. So I'm going to run through quite a few countries here because some of them are really starting to stand out to me. Japan's down 29% on cases. Taiwan is down 15% on cases, flat on deaths. Russia is up 20% on cases. Germany is up 3% on cases. South Korea is down 15% on cases. Austria is up 18% on cases. Then you have this. Look at Mexico. I'm going to investigate to find out just what is going on in Mexico. 159% increase in cases. So, 28,930 this week, 11,178 last week. But it does not stop there with cases. Take a look at deaths. 147% increase in deaths this week. Yes, that's rather concerning. Last week it was 105 deaths in the preceding 7 days. The current 7 days, 259 deaths. So that is an increase. France, cases are up 10%. 24,701 this week, 22,000 in the previous 7-day period, 22,371 in the previous 7-day period, and they do have an 8% increase in deaths, 172 so far this 7-day period versus 160 the previous 7-day period. Chile, 2% increase on cases, 14% decrease on deaths. Now we come down here to Poland. This is another one that's really getting interesting and is starting to get concerning. Poland cases are up. I'm going to highlight this so you see it. 59%. 10,665 in the current 7-day period. 6,717 in the previous day period, but it does not stop there. Deaths are up 52%. 47 in the current period. 31 in the previous 7-day period. So that is a increase that is worth watching. Then you have this. Serbia, or is that Siberia? Am I saying this correctly? Apologies if I'm saying that incorrectly. Their cases are up 6%. Not too concerned about that. But then you come over here to their deaths. What's this all about? Yeah, up 111%. So that's telling me, number one, they're not testing enough. And number two, look at this. 38 deaths in the previous 7 days. 18 in the preceding 7 days. So yeah, that's a pretty big increase. And then you come down here to Romania, 29% increase in cases. And let's see, where else? We'll just do one more. South Africa is up 21%. 2,119 this week. And in the previous 7-day period, it was 1,775. And they're not reporting on deaths for some reason. I've been checking up on them periodically off camera, not during the videos, and I haven't been seeing any death updates there. So maybe they're not having any deaths, or I don't know what the deal is. But yeah, that does it for the international outlook. And quickly, let's just update on the flu numbers real quickly. New York City still remains high. Washington, D.C. still remains high. New Mexico remains high. And you have a few moderate areas, which is California, North Dakota, Virginia, Texas, and I believe South Carolina. And that's it for the moderate. Oh, Puerto Rico is at moderate. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. As is New Jersey. New Jersey is also at moderate. The rest of the country is in green. And if you remember, there was a rapid start to the flu season this year. And look at that. It peaked early, it dropped early, and now you just have a few isolated areas still dealing with some flu outbreaks. We'll have to watch it though, because sometimes there is a second rise in flu cases on the backside of winter. But at the moment, we're not seeing that happen. Alrighty, that does it for today's pandemic update video. If you enjoy all the different content I do on my channel, whether it be pandemic related reports, climate or weather related reports, or special reports such as East Palestine or the fire we had in Ohio, and there'll be more stuff like that coming, plus a few educational series that I am planning down the line, guess what? Hit the subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell, and you will be notified when I do new videos. Alrighty, thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time, and stay safe, everyone.